At the end of the day, as I always say, man, I'm a Dallas Cowboys hard here first. I live this team, I breathe this team, I'm passionate about it. This is what it's really about. The game is just excellent. Like Cowboys Nation, it's not us. But what I can control is repping my team, repping my star, supporting my team, and giving it all I got.
Yo, what's up, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy Jay Tuck, but y'all see I got my brothers with me. It's game day. We got CFT in the building, man. DMV in the building, man. What's going on, fellas, man? How y'all feeling, bro?
What's good with you?
I'm good. DMV got a smirk on your face, bro. You feeling hella good, bro. I know we was talking off cam, man. Let the people know how you feeling, bro.
Hey, bro, I'm ready to get it cracking, bro. I am not scared of this team at all. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I'm talking greasy today.
Yeah.
It's greasy DMV. It's spicy DMV. Rome been asking spicy DMV. Jalapeno DMV's here.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? And I said it on Twitter, man. Y'all see what I got, man. I got on the 88, got the Dez Bryant, man. Y'all know when I pull out the Dez Bryant 88, bro, I'm not playing games today. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't did all the talking, we didn't did all the film breakdown, we didn't did all the work. Today, I'm ready to come out and get our revenge on the San Francisco 49ers. And here's what I've been trying to explain. I know, Rome, you've been talking about it. Y'all know my motto. We will respect our opponents, Cowboys Nation, but we will fear nobody. They don't walk on water. You know what I'm saying? They not God body. If you go back and watch them versus the Rams, right? Matt Stafford threw for 300 yards. Puka was going crazy. So don't sit back here and act like the Dallas Cowboys got no shot tonight. Nah, they said my guy Rome dressed for a funeral tonight. He all black, man. Sometimes I'm in my Hummer, sometimes I'm in all black. If I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that? So, yo, we gonna talk about this game, y'all. For a little bit, get everyone's insight because we all did phenomenal work this past week. And then we gonna try to turn on the phone lines. The phone line's been tripping. I've been doing a lot of testing this morning. That's why I've been kind of scrabbling. But I want to get y'all take Cowboys Nation. So we're gonna turn on the phone lines. And I want to hear how y'all feeling about today's game. So, DMV, I'm going to start with you, bro, because I know you did the breakdowns on, the San Francisco offense and also for the defense. So I want to start with their offense from an offensive standpoint. What are some of the things that the Cowboys should really focus on to make sure that we don't have another Arizona Cardinals situation for our defense?
I think they should look at personnel. So, obviously, the 49ers don't do very much different than what they did last year. When I was going back and watching, I'm like, damn, like I really could have just rolled out the breakdown I had last year and it would have pretty much been the same thing. If Debo's in the backfield and you got Juszczyk with him, Debo, they hand him the rock, bro. You know what I'm saying? More than likely. McCaffrey is the key to their offense. Your boy Purdy ain't changing no lines. He ain't changing no plays at the line of scrimmage. Really, I think at this point you kind of know based on personnel what they're going to do. So now it's up to the Cowboys defense to really, get their guys in position to create mismatch problems to where the 49ers are going to have to dig into that bag and game plan, go into that game plan B or C.
Right. I agree. So, Ron, what is your thoughts, right, when it comes to, stopping this 49ers offense? Because when we did the breakdown this week, right, we know they balance, right? They want to get the run game involved with the zone run scheme and Kyle Shanahan. So what are some of the things that you kind of picking up on that you like, Dallas Cowboys defense, y'all got to come prepared today?
Well, first things first, we got to stop the run. It's not rocket science. We have to wrap up. What I've noticed with McCaffrey is he run through a lot of arm tackles, and a lot of backs will go down off of arm tackles and lackluster tackling, and he's not.
Right.
It's like if we playing Derrick Henry or somebody. We got to come to play today. LVE and the linebackers, what I noticed in the playoff game, they were guessing correctly, but they also weren't letting blocks get up on them. They was dipping and ripping and getting around blocks, and they just came to play physical. This is an ice bag game. You're gonna leave this game a little beat up.
Right.
Don't come trying to like when we played the Cardinals, and you seen a lot of people like not diving and trying to just halfway get through, get through blocks and just thinking that the Cardinals was gonna lay down and we got beat.
Right.
This is one of those games where maximum effort, though your body is going to be hurt tomorrow. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I know what we're capable of. I really think the thing that I noticed that a lot of people might not notice, about 2 weeks ago before we played the Jets, CeeDee Lamb brought up San Francisco.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, did he just why is he bringing up San Francisco? We've been looking at this game for a month.
Right.
Like we've been we handled the Giants because that was divisional beef, and then we overlooked the Jets, we overlooked New England, we overlooked the Cardinals, and one of them bit us. But other than that, we've been looking at this game for a minute.
Right. So let me ask you this, DMV, because I know you coach, and I was kind of talking about this in one of my videos on Monday. Is sometimes wanting a game too bad a bad situation for your team? You know what I'm saying? Because that's my one concern, right? Because like you said, Ron, they've been talking about this game, and we know what happened, in the playoffs the last 2 years. But sometimes when you want something too bad, it forces you to kind of get out of your character a little bit. And just like you mentioned, like playing assignment football, especially defensively, is going to be most important. You can't go out there just hair on fire, going out there just trying to make things happen. So, if you're a coach, right, you Mike McCarthy right now, DMV, how do you kind of just reel this team in, calm them down to make that they're sure they're going out there executing and not playing emotionally, but playing, assignment-based football and discipline, right?
Man, look, that's an excellent question, bro, because that's something that I actually just experienced with my youth team, but I've experienced it when I was coaching in high school. There was one high school we had never beat, and every time we get up for them, we could do everybody else dirty. But when we get to them, we try and do things a little bit extra harder, and then we fumble the snap or do stuff like that, and they're expecting us to do those type of things.
Right.
I think Mike McCarthy, what this week should have been about was focusing on the things that we do. Don't focus on their team and what they do, but it should be if we execute what we do to the standard that we've been holding, it don't matter who the opponent is. Right. I had to tell myself that with my little league team a couple weeks ago. Our game got canceled. I was so amped up for this game because this team, they beat us a couple years ago. So I was like, I really want this game bad. And I realized I spent this whole week hyping up this opponent and the game got canceled.
Right.
And now it's like, where do we go the next week? And so I said, these next 2 weeks, we're just going to focus on what we do well.
Right.
The team's got to catch us. We're in first place right now, but we're playing good ball. They got to worry about us. We ain't got to worry about them. They got to worry about us. So Mike just got to bring the guys in, you know what I'm saying? And focus on what we do well and not about them.
Right. Because salute to my guy, Professor O, man. Definitely give my guy, Professor O, follow, man. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, God damn. I'm sick of telling y'all, man. Y'all definitely should be following Professor O, man. He does so much for the community, and he kind of like hides behind the scenes. We're going to start dragging you out a little bit more, O. But he mentioned something, right? He's like, I think the Cowboys players are putting too much thought on this game, and I don't like it, right? Because here's what I want to explain to the Cowboys fans. Yes, this game means something, right? But it doesn't in the grand scheme mean anything. And like people are like, Tuck, what do you mean? Well, let's say, for instance, we go out tonight and we 40 ball the 49ers. One, we're still not going to get the respect we deserve because everyone's going to say, well, I want to see them do it in the playoffs. I want to see them do it in the playoffs when it really matters. You know, they're going to spin that whole narrative media-wise. But if we blow, you know, all of our energy and we come out and beat the 49ers, and then Monday night I'm walking out of SoFi Stadium with my head down because, you know, Kellen Moore and Justin Herbert go crazy on us and we lose that game, we right back to square one. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, from this standpoint, I get it, right? You want to kind of get over that mental block of, hey, can we really beat this team? But like I said, it's not going to be the end all be all. There's still a lot of football left to be played, y'all. So, you know, you just don't want to come out just too emotional like DMV said, because, you know, for their standpoint, they playing with house money. And I know, what was it? Charvarius Ward can say, like, it maybe means more to them than it means to us. You know what I'm saying? Because they beaten us. Now, when they probably play Philly, that will be their emotional game when they charged up, head on fire, coming out. But if you come out there and everyone's just trying to play hero ball, y'all, I guarantee you this San Francisco offense will make us pay for it. So assignment-based football, play with your mind, not your heart, and I feel like we should be okay. But overall, offensively versus our defense, y'all, I think the place that we really need to focus on, like everyone's saying, everyone can pretty much agree to, it starts and it ends with Christian McCaffrey. They're going to try to get Christian McCaffrey involved heavily. And if we can kind of just slow play and make them kind of like work and move the chains with Brock Purdy, that's not the situation they really want to be in, right? They want to, because they're like the top in the NFL when it comes to first down, you know what I'm saying? So they want to get, you know, behind the sticks, right? Be on 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5, you know what I'm saying? 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. And that's their game plan, but it's going to start with Christian McCaffrey. And our linebackers, y'all, LVE play a lot better. I'm not sure, what's the story on Damone Clark? Is Damone Clark a go today?
They said I forgot. I know he's nicked up. He was questionable, but we're gonna see.
Right. So I
the
feel
craziest thing is
a linebacker's got to play a lot better.
Who you think gonna drop down, Bell or Wanye Thomas?
It'll probably be Bell, but honestly, I think, and it sounds crazy, y'all, I think Wanye needs more snaps. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother video. That's a whole that's a whole nother story for a whole nother video.
I'm gonna say something, Tuck, that people don't want to hear. It ain't that he needs linebacker snaps. Wanye needs some safety snaps. Nobody want to have that conversation.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, honestly,
all of our safeties got paid this offseason.
Right.
And that's what's keeping them on the field, but nobody want to talk about it.
Yeah. He needs some O'Donnell snaps, bro. That's what people don't want to say.
I'll tell you this. For the first time in a long time, our safeties know they can't sprain an ankle.
Right.
He can't sprain an ankle because why ain't come out there and play 4 or 5 games good? It's gonna be like how like Bland learned the spot last year. Nobody wanted to talk about it.
Right.
Like period, point blank. So no sprained ankles, or you're not gonna get back on the field.
Right. And that's the thing, because you mentioned, and I see everyone talking about it in the chat when it comes to Donovan Wilson. Granted, we know he had the injury, had minimal camp, but just from what we saw this far, it ain't look like the Donovan Wilson we saw last year. So when you kind of compare the stats versus the he gets versus what you get from Thomas, it's just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So
what you get from Thomas is a guy that is great in communication. They don't miss a beat back there. And Donald, sometimes there are lapses with the communication on that side. When Donald came back against the Cardinals, nobody wants to talk about it. Wanye ain't getting no damn snaps in that game. He got 0 snaps on defense. Right.
And then also, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just youth, man. Wanye's a spring chicken. He's extremely athletic. And I remember I was talking about, you know, Wanye was out there at camp. Like, people don't remember he was doing punt returns. So, like, he's a very versatile weapon. The speed's a lot faster. And like you said, DMV, the IQ as well in communications. And that's going to be important. It's going to be important.
Wanye remind me of a person. Well, not remind me of, but he's the one safety out of our safety group. I feel like they can play single high.
Right.
We could throw him back there like they throw Hufunga back there, and he can play side to side. I don't think any of our other safeties can do that.
Right. And communication is going to be important because, you know, the 49ers, they do a lot of window dressing. They do a lot of window dressing, a lot of pre-snap motions, y'all. So, you know, once again, why y'all should follow O, because we talked about it off the grid, right? A lot of the times with their first motion, so if they motion to the right, that's pretty much the side they're probably going to go to, right? So if they motion right, more than likely they're leaning to go to that side, but they'll probably give you a second motion or an orbit motion outside of that. But overall, you know what I'm saying, there's going to be a lot of different things that Kyle Shanahan and his defense are going to try to do, and communication is going to be important, right? Because That's the one thing that really got us versus the Cardinals. Because, like I say, even though the run game, the run defense was probably, at the end of the day, the miscommunication when they got the deep throw, that really hurt because that kind of changed the course of the game. So you can't have those lapses because they're definitely going to try to make you pay for it. Yeah, playing hero ball.
It wasn't just him though. Jordan Lewis, he had finally started getting some snaps too. So when you start getting a couple guys, then Trey goes out.
Right.
The communication on the back end was a little weird, and it's like you take out the guy that had been one of the constants in the first couple games, which didn't make sense. But
not to be funny, like looking at the entire receiving group, right? The way I was looking at it, like if we're not playing hero ball, we're playing discipline up front. You know what I'm saying? The person that scares me the most is Ayuk, because it's one of those things where just because of his route running ability. Right. But if we stay disciplined and we put somebody on Ayuk, like this isn't a speed thing, like a Stephon Gilmore, he's seen enough. He can play enough technique to keep Ayuk at least under control. You know what I'm saying? As far as like Debo and them, I think that Bland can run stride for stride with Debo because he's not that type of receiver. Right. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Kittle, that might be the X factor because I know usually I'm just like, well, just throw Curse on him. Right. I don't know if that's we just gonna have to see because I don't know if that's gonna work like it used to. Right. But I got faith in Curse. I know he emotionally be there. Right. But is he getting to an age or is his body getting to a point where he might not be able to cover a Kittle? Because the last couple of years I've seen him run with these tight ends. So I'm not gonna be out on him because I love Curse. I just want to see it. Right.
Yeah, and good question. And we got a super chat, so I'm gonna try to keep the super chats flowing because I know y'all can't see them. So I'm not sure whose channel it came to, but Stephen Poe with the $2 super chat, appreciate you. He says, "What's up with Izzy?" And that's a good question. Roman, kick that over to you with Israel McQuamu. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But what is your thoughts when it comes to Israel McQuamu? Like, do you think that it's just that Wanye kind of stepped in and filled that void? Like, what is your thoughts there?
I think quietly Izzy is more corner depth than anything now. Mm-hmm. I feel like him showing that he could play corner last year. They're not going to they don't have time to announce it. It ain't that big of a deal. But depth wise behind our corners right now, I feel like Izzy would get a shot. But I don't know if it'll be like in the slot though. I think the slot is different. But I think outside corner, I do think he's in line with outside corner depth. I don't want to have to use him. Nobody else go down, please. Right. My point is, I think that's more so. He said before that's his comfortability level. He's shown that he can play it a little bit. I think it's more corner than safety because I think the emergence of Thomas kind of outside of an emergency purpose, I don't think that they want him at safety. I think it's more so his position flex helps him stay on the roster. But I feel it'd be more lean towards corner. But that might still just be guessing. I don't have no definitive.
Yeah, because I felt like, what we saw from Izzy last year, especially getting an opportunity in the playoff game, like he would probably get the nod, especially when Diggs went down. So, okay, but he still hasn't gotten the opportunity. So, Dan Quinn is doing things differently defensively with the rotation, which, like I said, this is a whole nother video because we want to focus on game day. But it's like there's some question marks. I'm just like, I don't know. So they have to be seeing something. And DMV, I'm gonna kick things over to you because it's like a serious question I have is with the defensive line. So we're seeing, we saw the rotation. Hankins is looking good. You have Neville Gallimore. I know a lot of Cowboys fans are pretty much out of Neville Gallimore who's stepping up playing big. You have Osa and Chauncey, and you also have Mozzie. How do you think that our defensive line is going to fare against the 49ers offensive line, like kicking off? Because, Trent Williams, he is who he is. And they got some guys out there. They have a pretty solid offensive line. How do you think we are going to win this game in the trenches? Because I think whoever wins in the trenches is going to ultimately win this game.
Yeah. So last year, I think what Dan Quinn learned from the year prior was alignment. I think, as I pointed out in my scouting report, I think once they controlled the B gap, and Carlos Watkins did a very good job of that last year, I think that we stopped a lot of what they wanted to do in the run game. Like, everybody can talk about Christian McCaffrey, this and that. Can't talk about him against us unless it's Anthony Barr. We don't have Anthony Barr anymore in space. So Carlos Watkins did a very good job in the B gap. Osa had a pretty solid day. Hankins was tearing their ass up. Right. Now we got Mozzie. I think we need to see a little bit more Mozzie. Right. That string. And I think we can kind of throw him off a little bit in the run game. Obviously, on the edges, we have the speed. You know what I'm saying? I think Micah, this is more of a him playing on the edges type game because last year, he didn't have a sack, but he caused a lot of chaos.
He had Purdy moving.
He did. You know what I'm saying? And Purdy had to You know what I'm saying? He had the
And he
shake.
threw 2 lollipops up.
Right.
We did. We didn't capitalize. We didn't capitalize on the
because
lollipop.
I think Bland had one. I think Diggs had opportunity. Like there was a few. Yeah.
And then really on that Kittle one, that play, Trayvon should have had him sipping soup for a week, bro.
Right.
I'm just gonna keep it 100.
Right.
We missed opportunities in that game, even though the offense didn't show what it was defensively. We had chances to really put them away, and we just didn't.
Right.
I said it last night. I feel like Purdy gonna throw 1 or 2 to us.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, man. Like I was at both games, the loss in Dallas and also in Levi last year. But I never just walked out the stadium feeling like, man, this team is too much for us. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like the Cowboys just really beat themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so optimistic about today. It's just like it wasn't like I said, damn, man, that's a good team. Like you know what I'm saying? We ain't got no chance. Like we're not at that level yet. It was just like I feel like once Tony Pollard went down, last year, I was kind of like, all right. And then, like you said, there was opportunities to really win that game. I still don't know what Trayvon Diggs was doing in that situation. Like you said, DMV, like he should have took his head off. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there was still opportunity to make plays. And even though, we didn't win the game, I felt like if there was a few more seconds on the clock, both games, 2021 and last year, I think that Dak releases offense down and we end up scoring and ultimately win this game. But Rome also mentioned something that a lot of people aren't talking about from last year. Our kicking game, we couldn't rely on it. So I think some of the decision making that we made last year was because our kicker just flamed out on us in Tampa in the playoffs and just went brain dead. You know what I'm saying?
He missed the extra point too.
Right.
In the game, and I'm telling you, you call the game differently when you're like, yo, I don't got a kicker.
Right. Well, here's the crazy part. So when I was at the game, because I remember I sent the tweet, I was watching, Brett Maher kick before the game, and he was shanking wide left and wide right in warmups. And Jerry Jones came down to the field. Him and Mike McCarthy started talking, and I think that's where they're having a conversation. Like, bro, we got to do this without him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just isn't there
that's
mentally.
Such a kicker changes. My fault, Tuck.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Everything.
Right. It does.
I told the other day. I said, I don't care if we leave about this game 15 to 7. I don't.
Right.
And we don't score. People want. What about the red zone? Although they have red zone struggles, and we can touch on that too defensively. And Styles make fights. I'm just saying, like, if Brandon Aubrey's the MVP of this game, I sleep well tonight. I'm not tripping.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like a baby. Like a baby.
Like,
I'm good. Yeah.
I ain't scoring no touchdowns.
Yeah, get me out there 9-6. You know what I'm saying? 9-6, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? 9-6, I'm good. It's whatever. But I think that really went into their thought process and some of those play decisions. Like, he's not there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Maher is not there. Because I even said it. I was like, bro, I can't trust him. I mean, even though he made one, I think he made one last in the playoff game. It was like tipped and, you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of
I'm almost positive
swiveled
that
in.
a play between like the 45 and the 35 last year. I think when Dak got picked by, was it Warner?
Yeah, it was Warner. Yeah.
It was Warner. I think when he got picked, it was in that range where you might have said, we can leave with 3.
Right.
So you calling it differently as opposed to you got to push it. He was pressing. And then y'all know when Dak press is not.
Right. Yeah, because I feel like, I'm trying to remember, was that before the half? We got into the
I think it was
zone
before the half.
Yeah, and he threw that interception. Yeah, because they were just like, you know what, we're not going to be able to kick it. So, you know what I'm saying? So, those situations, I feel like those little things, and DMV, you mentioned it, right? When it comes to Mozzie Smith, and not just Mozzie Smith, a lot of the rookies. Now, I know I got some flack on Twitter. Salute to Demarion Overshawn, bro. Like I said, I love you, but you're not out there today. You know what I'm saying? You're not out there. I wish you was. I wish you was. I wish he was.
Bro.
But
this would be your type of game right here.
This would be the Overshown game, unfortunately, right? But I feel like as far as the rookies, whether you're Mozzie or Luke Schoonmaker specifically, this is the game we drafted for. You know what I'm saying? So we need to see some type of dividends on an investment, right? We wanted to get stronger in the trenches. Mozzie, this has to be your game. Luke, from a blocking standpoint up front, this has to be your game. This needs to be the game where it's like, okay, this is why these picks make sense. But also for Mike McCarthy, from a play calling standpoint, which we'll talk about, this is your game as well. Go ahead, Ron.
No, I got it. Like, so when is the trade deadline?
The 31st, I think.
31st?
Yeah.
I'm going to say this, and I know, like, people don't want to hear it, but if we're going to add anything to this team, I think it's going to be in that linebacker room, and this game will be the reason they do.
Right.
If we come out there and our linebackers play like they're supposed to, then we'll be straight. if you look back at the film and it's like, yo, our defense was holding it down, but our linebackers was just. I'm telling you right now, LVE and them better come to play because Jerry and them know that this team is all right.
Right.
I refuse to have that 1 week link, and I'm not saying we're going to trade for like a Fred Warner type linebacker.
Right.
But if there's a serviceable linebacker out there on a team that's struggling before the trade deadline, we might consider finding a way to go get him. That's just
make those moves.
Get him out.
Yeah,
I'm about to say we need more than serviceable though, Ron.
Yeah, we got tons of serviceable. I mean, hell, we let one walk.
Mislead nobody and think we're going to get Fred Warner because don't.
Yeah.
Like Baltimore made the trade for who was the linebacker they traded for? I can't think of his name from Chicago, but that was
Roland
the type
Smith
of
or was it Smith?
Yeah, it was Smith.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's about Allen because we got 1 million Smiths on our team already. So
right.
If LVE played like he did last year in the playoff game, I don't know. LVE apparently ain't scared of the Niners because he was balling.
Right.
So if he played like that, I'll shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But with Damone being nicked up and stuff like that, if we look real weak at linebacker, because this is a game you got to tackle.
Right.
We might consider going to get somebody.
And that's why I still don't understand the Harper move, right? Because it's even from a depth standpoint, like you needed depth at the linebacker position. Like just having LVE Clark and pretty much Marquise Bell, that's not enough. You know what I'm saying?
Jefferson's not it, is
it? Yeah, Jefferson's not it. Not compared to Harper. And so Harper was your speedy linebacker that can do a lot of different things that had tremendous upside. And the Cowboys just got goofy. I want to get into a few super chats. My guy, One-Handed Bandit with the $5 holler. Appreciate you, bro. Since we definitely have to strip the ball out of Purdy's hands. He has fumbled 4 times, and they have only one loss. Lost one. We have to make them pay.
Right now.
Yeah. It's that glass slipper. It's the glass slipper, and we definitely got to get the opportunity. And these are the games where if the ball comes out, you got to make a play on it because turnover margin is going to be definitely important. My guy Juan says penalties. We clean that up, and we win easily. Just play a clean game, 30-13. Yeah, we can't play a dirty game like we had versus the Cardinals, because that's definitely not going to get it done versus this caliber opponent. Now, I want to switch over to the offense, right? So, offensively, let's got anything else. You know what I'm saying? Let's got anything else.
No. You
cool.
on point, bro.
Cool. I'm going to keep things moving because we got some games. You know what I'm saying? Got some parlays.
We
got some parlays brewing. You know what I'm saying? Got the parlays brewing.
Hey, Chuck, real quick before you get to offense. You disciplined today? Y'all don't know about our group chat. Chuck got me in DMV. He tightening us up with this junk food. What you doing today though?
Yeah, man, I'm good, bro. So I got some water. You know what I'm saying? Got some water in my cup.
Look, I'm already messing.
And so I was talking to my mic. So for y'all that don't know, I'm doing the 75 hard challenge, right? So what the 75 hard challenge is that you got to work out 45 minutes indoors, 45 minutes outdoors, and it's starting to get cold here in Kansas City. So that kind of hurts, right? There's no alcohol, no cheat meals. I got to read 10 pages from a book a day. And then there's something else. So y'all know I went to the KU football game, went to tailgating, and I was out there, man, and I was eating clean, didn't touch none of the food, none of the barbecue. And then one of my good friends was like, bro, have a shot. And I was like, nah, I'm cool. He's like, bro, you can take a little shot. So I had one shot. And now I feel bad because like the thing is when you mess, you got to start over. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, so I'm back to day one today. You know what I'm saying? So I erased it by taking that little shot.
Bro, you trying to do that during football?
I know.
Grilled food ain't bad, bro. Like chicken or
well, yeah, well, of course, but they didn't have grilled food like that. It's like ribs and hot dog. You know what I'm saying? It's not like grilled chicken breasts and shrimp. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, bro. So I'm trying to get it right.
You know I'm coming to Dallas for the Eagles game. So
I know. Well,
you're gonna have to start over again.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know.
I'm out there too, bro. I'm pretty sure I'm coming out there too.
And see, and the crazy part, if I would have stuck with my plan, I would be done like right after the Eagles game, like the 19th of December. I was gonna be done. But now,
I'm sorry to derail
maybe this might be a New Year's challenge. Maybe this might be a New Year's.
You're trying during football season. What we doing?
I know, but the hard part is like
I worked out all year for this. For football season, to eat like this.
But see, my problem is I do the same DMV. Like, see, this is what we talk about in our group chats. You know what I'm saying? But I do the same, and I get in incredible shape, and then football season comes around, and I get so fat, and I lose everything, and so then I'm just like New Year. Like I'm starting all the way over. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this challenge was going to push me to push through football season.
Talk about a challenge. You in KC.
I
I know the
know.
food's good out there.
Oh yeah, it's
you
different.
better
out here.
barbecue chicken it up, bro. That's what you gonna.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Add
Chicken
some
breast, man.
vegetables to your barbecue chicken. That's about it.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy,
All right,
man.
sorry, y'all.
All right.
I had to ask.
All right. Now to the offense, right? To the offense. So Rome, so what is your expectations for the Dallas Cowboys to really hit the San Francisco 49ers defense?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just say it because everybody want to know it. See that number in the background? It's on him tonight.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Right.
It's not that I don't expect Tony Pollard to show up. I expect all the receivers to show up, Cooks and Gallup and Lamb. I expect them to show up and play.
Right.
But it's Dak got to make them throws tonight. And I have nothing but faith that he will. It's not that. Dak will make those throws tonight. I'm just saying, usually, like, you people call them excuses or whatever you want to call it. You know, he's winning there with his arm tied behind his back with no receivers. In the last 2 years, he hasn't had a solid offensive line for like since 2021, which is crazy to me.
Right.
You know, so there have been reasons why it's like, yo, well, anybody would struggle in this scenario.
Mm-hmm.
This tonight is the scenario where it's just like, you know what I'm saying? There's no like, well, when we get a ball to Zeke, he'll get you 5 to 10, but he's not explosive. All of those variables are gone. I got faith that he's gonna get it done. But it is on him. I can't like if I don't even like speaking things into existence. He gonna get it done.
Right.
I'm not even gonna say if.
Right.
We'll talk about the if it come about.
Right. DMV, how you feeling, man?
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it a little bit further because I do think Dak, has to play efficient football like he's doing right now. Honestly, yes, he has to. Like, I don't think he should take it up a level. I think he should continue doing what he's right now.
Oh yeah,
but
I'm just saying like staying on point. My fault, bro. I'm not saying like you're not Mahomes. Don't go crazy. I'm just talking about like when they give you the opportunity. Get your plays. That's all.
Right.
My fault.
But his guys got to make plays for him too, because he is making throws like he did to Schoon last week, and dropping it. We dropping the ball in the end zone.
Facts.
So like I said, he got to continue doing what he's doing. The guys around him got to make plays as well when we get down there. We have to score 7 when we get in the red zone.
Right.
But my guy is TP. Somebody said in the comments, I think TP got to make it 4 quarters, bro.
Right.
Because the last 2 times we done played them, TP haven't been healthy. You know what I'm saying? We used them. I think one of you guys pointed it out. I think it was you, Rome. We used him 6 times in the playoff game before that, and then last year he been cooking.
Right.
And then he got hurt with the gruesome injury, like somebody said.
I feel like he got a chip on his shoulder, but that
yeah. And it's like Dak. It'll look like it's coming from Dak, but it's like check down. We ain't got nothing. Check it to Tony. Let Tony get us 5 to 8.
Bro,
you know what
those
I'm saying?
7, 8 check downs are runs in the. Everybody just don't get that.
Right.
That's a run in the West Coast system. People be like, yo, you throwing for 3-4 yards. That's the point. It's the same way as if we handed it to Zeke and got 3 to 4 yards.
Right.
That was on purpose.
Right.
But people don't get that though.
Right. I agree. And I'm with you. I feel like Tony Pollard will be the X factor in today's game. I felt like he was going to be the X factor in the playoff game. And if y'all watch my film breakdowns, whether it was the one I dropped the other day or the one I did last year, I feel like the opportunities to attack the San Francisco 49ers defense will be on the perimeter, on the edges. And you need guys that can get on the outside. Yeah, like I said, bro, when I was out there, like I was beating on my chest. Like I felt good. And then when Tony Pollard went down, they got that cart. I just sat down in my seat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew.
People not know that swings a game, though, Tuck?
Yeah, it absolutely does.
Like when Diggs went down the other day.
Yeah.
The emotion of watching one of your horses go down throw you.
Right.
It do.
It does. It does.
He was getting going too, bro.
Yeah,
he was warming up.
Yeah, he was. They had no answers for Tony Pollard. Now, selfishly, even though I'm a Cowboys fan, I got Tony Pollard on my fantasy thing. You know what I'm saying? So go crazy, TP. But I feel like there's going to be this opportunity for Tony Pollard to make a lot of big plays. I feel like, DMV did the film breakdown with the kind of the whole Wham situation. And also when I did it as well, it's like you can really get them on the edges. And when it comes to, Nick Bosa, just like they do against Micah Parsons, right? Run at him, chip him, double team him. You know what I'm saying? You got to do a lot of different things. So I was talking about, y'all remember that Chargers game a few years ago when we was all holding on for dear life when it was Joey Bosa versus Terrence Steele. We was like, man, we about to get killed. They ran at Bosa and ran him crazy. 2 tight end sets, chipping, and it wore him down when it was time to pass rush. He couldn't do anything. So counters, get on the edges. I feel like that's going to be our biggest opportunity for Tony Pollard to have a big game.
I have a question for both of y'all.
Go ahead.
Because y'all know, especially offensive X's and O's, y'all know this stuff. How do you feel about the fact that this year they cannot like say for instance when Schultz is out there and Zeke is out there, defensively you've been watching tape, and this isn't no slight to Zeke. I love Zeke, but when Zeke's out there, worst case scenario, if we take the right angles, he's not hitting it to the house.
Right.
It just had been years, so you can play it a certain way. You can cheat over to certain different way because you're like, even if Zeke get the ball, I can catch him.
Right.
As well as Dalton Schultz,
Mm-hmm.
you can cheat with Dalton Schultz because you're like, I mean, if he catch it, I can cover that ground to tackle him.
Right.
He's not going nowhere. How do y'all think that changes our offense? Just knowing that if Rico's out there, if Tony's out there, if I'm not gonna say Schoon a little slow to me,
Right.
but even though his score didn't look like that, but he's a little slow to me on the field.
Right.
If Ferg is out there, you can't just cheat like that. Ferg almost scored last week from like the 18.
Right.
You have to honor that type of stuff, and I feel like that changes the way you have to play defense, because if you don't honor it, you can't give him the leeway you would give a Schultz, because like, where's Schultz going?
Right.
So how y'all feel about that?
Yeah, I agree with you. And salute to Stephen Post, another super chat, that we got our O-line back, unleashed Cooks and Turpin. This is the game. This is why I made the video I did, where you have to take the top off just to keep them honest, right? Because from the San Francisco 49ers defensive standpoint, you want to keep everything in front of you. And like you said, Ron, when you don't have no home run hitter, it's just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'll keep things in front of me. They knew in that playoff game, the only real threat was CeeDee Lamb. You know what I'm saying? That was the only real threat.
And he's like, no disrespect to CeeDee, he's not a burner. He's
not a burner, right? So this has to be the Brandon Cooks, the Kevontae Turpin. Even if you want to put someone out there and take a deep shot just to make the 49ers heart skip a little, you got to make their heart skip a little bit, because if you watch the film, they play a lot of single high safeties. They have one guy over the top, and the way to stretch cover 3 is you got to stretch in the seam and stretch vertical. For all you Madden players,
I would love a wheel route.
Yeah,
right out the back with Turpin, where you have Ferg carry the safety, and the wheel route come out, and Hufanga got to decide.
Right.
I would love something like that, but we gonna have to see.
Right.
We have to protect against that wide 9 for us to have a little bit of time to do that. But
right.
I definitely love what you said, Tuck, about the vertical threat and stuff.
And we're not gonna have no goofy. Ain't no offensive lineman gonna be running 2 years in a row.
Right. Offensive lineman running routes. Right.
I've seen offensive linemen out on routes. I don't care what it was for.
That's real.
Right.
You know who that is now, though? You know who that is now, though? That's Lepke.
Right. It's going to be Hunter.
Yeah, you better respect
that. He can be out for a route. I don't want to see McGovern like, hey, dog.
Right. Exactly. We have a traditional fullback / tight end that can do a lot, because a lot of people don't understand. Hunter Luepke, he is a threat, because even as a wide receiver, because you remember his catch. What was that game he got his first catch? It was Arizona, right? It was the Arizona game where he got that play action. And that corner, you have to make a life decision when you got this big 245 fullback coming downhill and you a smaller corner, right? So you got to get Hunter Luepke involved.
Hunter got told this week, you getting them red zone carries. Hunter got told after last week, I feel like they said this week, hey, Hunter, if we within the 5, you getting them carries.
I agree with you, bro.
Game. You gonna be sore.
I agree.
You Mike Allstott to us, buddy.
Right.
Mike Allstott.
Right. And I agree, because like you said, Ron, this is going to be our body sore game. We need to make their body sore different. And I know a lot of people, when I made the video, it's like, oh, Tuck saying bring Zeke back. I wasn't saying that. I was saying if you're going to run power, get a power back, whether that's Rico or whether it's Hunter.
Run behind your pads.
Because those things wear you down in the course of a game. Like, I always call Zeke our wild thing. When you've been chasing Tony Pollard and doing different things, and just even if Zeke is getting 2 yards a carry or Hunter Luepke is getting 2 yards a carry, it's different from me tackling Hunter Luepke versus me tackling Deuce Vaughn. Like, that trust me, as a former linebacker, I used to see them bigger backs line them. Like, I tighten up my chin strap a little bit. I make sure my mouthpiece is in, because they coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that wears you down.
Credit too.
Yeah, it wears you down.
People don't realize Zeke threw his body on the line. Yo, he used to get hit.
Right.
Like, I'm talking about just through the course of a game, he getting tore up.
Right.
He did that for us for years. I salute him for that. But we do miss that element of somebody that's just going, hey, man, you about to throw your whole body on the line in these next couple plays. Because Zeke would go get 6 yards and get hit like 30 times like a car wreck.
Right. Right, this dude. Tripping. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I agree. I 1,000% agree. And if you want to go power, you're going to need Hunter Luepke. So, like I said, this is what this draft class was built for. You wanted a powerful fullback. And just even from the standpoint of Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer, okay, you got rid of Kellen Moore. right? You want to be more efficient with your offense and your play calling because of what happened the last 2 years versus San Francisco. This is the show me game. This is the show me game for a lot of people. And so I'm really interested offensively to see what do we do. And like you said, Rome, it's not a knack on Dak, but I feel like when you look at the 49ers offense versus offensive line versus the Cowboys offensive line, it's pretty much a wash. Tight ends, they have a, you know what I'm saying, because I'm taking kill over our tight ends, but wide receivers, you know, it's a push at a lot of positions. The difference needs to be the quarterback position. I feel like Dak Prescott needs to be the difference, and it can't be where it's like, all right, Dak played decent. No, there's going to be situations where, hey, Dak, forget the play. You might just got to use your legs and get the hell up out of there and keep the chains moving and keep the play alive.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
He got to move today.
Yeah. You're going to have to move today. Hey, Dak, I know it's only week 5. You might got to put your shoulder into a few people and get them extra yards. Like, you're going to have one of those dirty, grimy games to get this victory. I don't think that you're going to be able to sit back in the pocket, stay clean, and shred the 49ers defense up. Now, I would love that, but I just don't see that happening.
Offensive weak point or defensive weak point for them.
Right.
What's his name? Farrell? Clinton? What is his name? Their other edge.
Oh, yeah. Is it Farrell? Something like that?
Clelin Farrell? Yeah, something like that. I remember him in the draft process. I knew he was a good player.
Right.
Running combo blocks with Ty Smith and Schoon or Ty
It's
Smith.
different, bro. It's
Right.
different.
That side, that's what I'm attacking. I'm
Right.
not even attacking Bosa's side.
Right.
I'm running at that side. I'm going to make Greenlaw, because it seems like Warner usually shades towards Bosa. I'm making Greenlaw and that side, they going to have to work.
Right.
I'm all day. You working today.
Right.
You hear
Right. Yeah, you're gonna be sore. You're gonna be sore after this game. Yeah. And I feel like, listen, we heard about power football all off season, right? Power football. All right, let's go ahead and show me this power football scheme. So I think, and here's the thing, you gotta understand, Brian Schottenheimer, he comes from that division. You know what I'm saying? They come from that division. They come from that division being out there in Seattle. So it's not like it's something they never seen before. And here's the thing I've been trying to explain. It's not like this 49ers changed their identity. This is who Kyle Shanahan is. Rangeley, like years ago, like this is who they are. This is their identity. And so I think that Brian Schottenheimer has something in store for him. I think our offense will be fine. And here's also the situation that I was saying. Our offense needs to help our defense, because if we're able to put up points, I don't see them, you know what I'm saying, being able to continue with the run game. And if they have to abandon the run game and start making Brock Purdy be a conventional passer, then that's only going to help our defense. So it has to be on both sides. I just don't see it being a defense up here, offense down here type of victory. We finally need to see offense and defense first put it together, and then we'll see how powerful this Dallas Cowboys team really can be.
People, yo, when division people on that division step on the field with San Fran, they not shook.
Right. Yeah.
When the Seattle Seahawks step to San Fran, they ain't afraid.
Right.
And I refuse to believe that when our offense steps on the field, we should be shook. If Geno Smith, although he got some receiving weapons, I ain't gonna downplay their receivers, but if Geno Smith can step on the field versus San Fran, just like whatever, because they was playing with them last year a little bit. Right. You know what I'm saying? We are not like people acting like we stepping on the field as who's a bad team this year.
Well, like I said, bro, like if you go and watch, Matt Stafford ain't blink. You know what I'm saying? Like Matt, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they probably could have won that game. They honestly could have won that game. You know what I'm saying? So
they missed D'Amico Ryan, but we'll talk about that in this win.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, man. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the phone lines. We're gonna try this out, y'all. So bear with me. So I pinned the number in the chat.
You are the only participant in the conference.
See, there y'all go. We on. You know what I'm saying? We move it. So the phone number is 425. See, I told them to turn. That's why I can't do it. Hold on. So they keep playing that loud hold music. I'm not sure why they're doing that. But 425-436-6361 233-233 #. So they're gonna play that whole music throughout the entire damn show until somebody call in. But I'm not. I don't know. Actually, I might turn it off. But we'll try it. So yeah. So I hate that noise. I don't know why they're doing that now. The Bills just lost, but who cares? Because no one's gonna talk about it. But yeah, I think I agree with you, Rome. I just think nobody is talking about the situation that's really going on with, you know what I'm saying, their D'Amico Ryan being lost and everything kind of going on. They're kind of just like, you know, big deal, big whoop. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? So actually, let me turn this off because it's too loud in my ear.
Think about it, Tuck, though. Why you fixing that? The fact that like this stuff like this should give Cowboys fans like you got nothing to lose today, everything to gain.
Right.
Like, I'm just telling all the Cowboys fans that's nervous about tonight because they out there and don't lie.
Right. Oh yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, everyone already picked us to lose and thinks that we're overrated.
Right.
So worst case scenario, if things go not our way, they're going to just keep saying the same stuff. You're not about to hear nothing new.
Right.
You know, but we go out there and handle our business. Not that they're going to give us our props. Don't
They're
look
not.
for like Stephen A. Smith to give us our props.
Never.
I want you to know inside of you, you're going to know that your team is legit.
Mhm.
Don't look for nobody to tell you.
Right.
You going to know your team legit.
Right, right, and
Right.
that's a good point, and it's also you know kind of goes into you know my diet and everything I'm talking about though. What Cowboys fans have to stop seeking is outside validation. You know what I'm saying? It's outside validation. These people, even if we can come out in 40, we can come out here and do the 49ers like we did the Giants and like we did the Patriots. They are not going to give us that validation.
They'll say San Fran off night.
Yeah. But well, that's what you're supposed to do versus a 7th round pick as a quarterback. I mean, what else can you expect? You know, we know who the Dallas Cowboys are in the regular season. Our question was, who were they? You know what I'm saying? Like, so they're never going to give us that outside validation. For us, Cowboys Nation, it's about us. You know what I'm saying? So this is why we're trying to tell people, you know what I'm saying? We don't need to be, you know, on Twitter. Like, y'all probably not going to see me much on Twitter, like, because I'm not doing the negative Nancy stuff if we get down 3-0. You know what I'm saying? What I'm looking for, I want to see how our offense looks. I want to see how our defense look. And I want to see a battle. There might be a situation where, hey, we go toe-to-toe with San Francisco, and maybe they get a last-minute field goal and we lose by 1. I'm not tucking my tail. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tucking my tail. I want to see from the years that we lost for the past 2 years versus this team, has there been any improvements? That's what I'm focused on. Of course, we always want to win, but it's the NFL. Bills just lost to the Jags.
Nobody gonna say no.
Got smoked. You know what I'm saying? Got smoked by the Jags. You know what I'm saying? Out there in London. The Jags been out in London for damn near 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But no one's going to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to stop looking for outside validation, not just as a Cowboys fan, but in life general. You know what I'm saying? Outside voices don't validate y'all.
No, I agree with you, Tuck. It's one of those things where I just need the San Francisco, like this is, like you said, don't look for validation. I need the San Francisco players to leave tonight knowing, that ain't the same team.
Right. That's not the same team. That's not.
I don't care what they say, because no one's going to say anything. They're going to poker face this. I need them to leave like, that Cowboys team is different.
Right.
I don't care about the outcome. They just need to know. I don't want to see them again.
Right.
That was good. I hope that we don't got to see them again. That's
last year, Rome. They knew it last year, and that's why they went into that Philly game, beat the hell up.
Right.
That's really what happened. We beat their ass up so bad. Philly got a softball when they got them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I ain't not think about that. We did soften them up for Philly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because the way people act, bro, people act like we've been getting smoked by the 49ers. Like, this last 2 losses being close. You know what I'm saying?
Even the year before, the 2021 loss, which is the one I hate more.
Right.
We didn't get tuned up like everybody act.
Right. Yeah, I agree. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I felt like the Cowboys last year, I mean, like, we were going out there. It was still Noah Brown. It was still, you know what I'm saying? It was still T.Y. Hill. It was just like, all right, bro, how do we make things really happen? But now I feel like there's nothing can really convince me that the 49ers are up here and we are down here. You know what I'm saying?
They better not let us get up 10-0.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, I feel like it's going to be different this year.
Right. If this 10-0, we going to route their ass.
They better not let us get a lead and let us pin our ears back. Because now Brock Purdy, let me see who you is now.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I 1,000% agree with y'all. Like I said, Cowboys Nation, we'll respect our opponents, but we'll fear no one. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are going to win this matchup. So, bro, let me go ahead and get to you, man, for your prediction, man. The phone line's messing up, man. That music is way too loud in my ear, and it's like, no. I got to figure out how to turn it off. But yeah, Rome, let me go ahead and get your predictions for this game, man, and how Cowboys fans should feel, and what's your expectations.
I'll go ahead. Hey, look, I got us winning 27-16. I got two passing touchdowns from Dak. 265 yards, a clean game, and I got Tony Pollard with like 105 hard fought yards. Rico, or you can mix it. I got our running game getting 100 plus yards. You can mix Rico in there because he's gonna get us like 20-30. But I do think that's gonna be the game. It's gonna be running game over 100, majority Tony, and I got Dak 260, 265ish, clean game. I don't need 300 like the world. 265 and 2 touchdowns, and I'm good. I'm Gucci.
Facts. DMV, what about you, man? See, here's the thing. I'm looking at the chat, man. So I see a bunch of like random 49ers fans and Eagles fans. They come in for y'all side because they ain't coming from my side to chat.
Oh, yeah, they was mad at me last night. I was last night they were saying bang, bang, Niner game.
Yeah, they ain't coming on my side.
Like,
y'all left the gate open. Everyone's asking, like, where do you like? They coming from their side, y'all. They ain't coming from my side.
I was calling a Rainbow Gang last night and they got mad. So they probably mad.
I did see Rainbow Gang. I did see that in the chat.
It came in my chat.
Yeah, that was hurt. Go ahead, DMV.
Hey, bro, I put on the victory chain early.
Ooh.
Hey, I'm just like Rome. I got 27-13.
Okay.
I think something similar to what you said about getting up 10-0. I think that we're gonna finally get some turnovers from Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, last year he was ready. They was ready to fold. Christian McCaffrey kept coming in and out the game because Donald and them was coming downhill on him. Christian McCaffrey don't like these type. He don't like these type of games, bro. I'm telling you, he don't like these type of games.
Right.
And we're gonna come down. We're gonna tackle well. We're gonna have some short fields, and I think we're gonna play efficient on offense. We still might not have that game where the offense clicks on all cylinders, but I think that the defense will play the field position game a lot. It might be tight early, but I think Dallas is going to prevail, 27-13. I don't know how it's going to shake out. But I feel that I think we're the better team.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we're the better team. And I think that the Niners know that too. Because you want to know why I know that? Because on my breakdowns, none of them talk no football. They talk all this narrative stuff. I'm showing you plays. I'm showing you X's and O's on how Dallas can capitalize.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all talking about some stuff that happened last year. No. Talk to me about some X's and O's. What are y'all going to do against this defense? What are y'all going to do? I kept hearing about, well, the Cardinals did this to y'all. Y'all ain't got Josh Dobbs. And I'm not saying that Purdy ain't better, but that threat of the run is different. You can let Purdy try and take off all you want, and he like I said, he can be sipping soup for a week.
Right.
Y'all ain't the same. It's not the same makeup. It's not. Styles make fights, like Rome said.
Yeah.
27-13.
Yeah. And I was gonna say it's a new year, and then plus it's any given Sunday. And here's the thing that I'm excited about. We are going to see our starting offensive line together. God, hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? Because I know when the news was like Tyron Smith is practicing, I was like, it's Thursday, y'all. I'm not getting excited. You know what I'm saying?
I hate Thursday.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because, Tyron Smith can sprain an ankle walking onto the airport or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think having our best 5 offensive line is going to change a lot, y'all. It's going to change a lot, especially with Terrence, out there, and also Tyron and Tyler and Zach. Like, I feel like that's going to be a boost. But then also from last year's standpoint, I feel like our wide receivers is a lot better than what we had last year. So we need the weaponry, and I feel like the San Francisco 49ers corners, that's their weakest spot. You know what I'm saying? That's their weakest spot outside of Ward, and I feel like we're going to be able to really get the opportunity. This has to be a Michael Gallup game. This has to be a Brandon Cooks game as well, because CeeDee Lamb is going to get a lot of the focus. But I feel like, I would take that matchup. So, overall, y'all, I'm feeling confident about this game. I felt confident about this game last year. You know what I'm saying? So I can pull the receipts. I said we're going to smoke the 49ers, and the thing that everyone's going to say is just the regular season. So I feel like the Cowboys are going to win this game. I got the Cowboys winning 26-17. I think they're going to go out there and handle business. I expect, salute to my guy West Coast. He's out there, man. West Coast is balling. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my guy West Coast Cowboy. You know what I'm saying? He can afford them $500 nosebleed ticket. I saw them ticket prices and I said, nah, I'm going to have to catch y'all later. You know what I'm saying? Because they charging out there at Levi. But, I expect when you see this team to walk out the tunnel, it's going to be a different feel. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to remind me of when I saw them versus Tampa in 2021 for that opener. When Brady won the Super Bowl, it's just like it was silence. Like, you just saw the look in that team's face where it's like, they ain't coming to play no games today. And I think this is going to be the case. So I got the Dallas Cowboys winning. But like I said, Cowboys Nation, keep all that negativity out there. You know what I'm saying? Out there. You know what I'm saying? Ride for your team. Don't let people get you too high, too low. You know what I'm saying? It's a week 5 game, but I feel like the Cowboys can go out there and they're going to win. But once we win, we still got a lot of work to do. And y'all know on all 3 of these channels, if you're subscribed, you should be. We're going to continue to do the work, man. So Cowboys Nation, I want y'all to get behind y'all team. Let's get ready for Sunday Night Football, and let's go get this win. Peace.